24th ranked team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll bring it out. It's Chester. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1. Guys, let's have a look at SMU. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all off season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
Intercepted in the first drive into the pit. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. Great place to start for this offense. Leaves it with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He might want another play. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
Takes the handoff. It's Spillman. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. For just a second, let's take a big picture view of SMU. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Back to pass. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hand.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Third down and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cornhuskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Barmore. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his man, it's Booth. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Mills. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Things haven't gone exactly the way they drew it up. Turnover, punt, and now they have it back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Mustangs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Under fire. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Complete to the right. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Going to the running game. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards. Stopped at the 23.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after it. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. Is 3rd and long from the 28. Under fire. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He can't quite get there on the scramble. Dangerous. dangerous with his feet, but this defense rises to the occasion and forces a fourth down. On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. On fourth down, looking to pass. That made the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against.
Breaks into the open. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
That's a great-looking run there. Nebraska's had such a great lineage at running back. When you think back to the great Roger Craig or Amon Green, Lawrence Phillips, or Rex Burkhead, they always seem to be pumping somebody up into the NFL. This guy has a chance to play on Sunday because of his skills.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They're dealing with a second and long. Dropping back, it's Byrne. Spits it out to the back. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. He'll pull it down and run. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And the Huskers decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. The play fake on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Spillman. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. It's as if this guy has morphed into Ndamukong Suh. He's dominating right now.
Man, Ndamukong Suh, one of the best players I've ever seen live. Just unbelievable. And this guy, if you're mentioned with Ndamukong Suh, you're having yourself a day. Getting a couple sacks, getting in the backfield, being that dominating presence.
The Mustangs will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Quarterback on the keeper. Turning it on! Oh, he just held it poorly, and it's a fumble. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. They'll try the run. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. And the defense jumps. And they get that turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. To the air, it's Byrne. Working that wide receiver screen. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Now adjusting. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. The Cornhuskers will punt this one away. He'll return it from the 50. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. That's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. There he goes.
And how about being the defense trying to catch that guy who scrambles and make things happen? Think about it. He scrambles outside the pocket, and I'm trying to chase, but I still got to cover guys behind me. He makes the big play. Now I get to come up and keep chasing, keep pursuing, and try to put a lick on the QB. I understand. He's a quarterback. He will cough it up. Great job by the defense, putting a lick, causing the fumble.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run it from the gun. Gets it past the marker. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the 3rd play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the 1st down, and stay on the field.
Nice pick up on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping them. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to...
Going for the goal line. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the 1st time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
Oh, man, and the quarterback knew exactly where he was going with this football at the pre-snap. He saw the matchup he liked, and he took advantage of it.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Chester. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Pulls and fires complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. And they force a negative play.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And the Mustangs send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets it away from his own end zone. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. And some room to work. Oh, he's got some space. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. When you're called Cornhuskers, you're like a big red thrashing machine, and you're going to get it done on the ground.
Just going to chew up the ground yards. Just going to eat you up, play fit.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Nebraska!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to pass. It's Byrne. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Huskers can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Got his man quickly. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Huskers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed near the sticks. It's Dozier. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pack.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husker!
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Just enough time for one final play of the half. The snap sets up to throw. Here comes the Heat. Snatches it on the right. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Mustangs will kick it off to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Sure, they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. They'll start this third quarter with a run. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Flips it out to the back. Breaks into the open.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The Cornhuskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give on the option. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
At halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
It'll be third and long. To the air. It's Byrne. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss.
Wow, what a big play by that defender, and how about the hit stick tackle? Woo! That ball carrier is going to remember that.
After getting nothing done on first down, second and goal from the 6. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. This is a money play on third and goal. Let's go. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Blasted as he lets it go. And the deflection on third down. How big is that? Forces a fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that will extend their lead even further.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Mustangs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Going to sling it on second down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And his passing game, just they can't get in sync, man. They can't get in rhythm. It seems like all game it's been a struggle. Nice job on the defense, dropping back, breaking on the football, but this offense has to find their rhythm somehow, some way.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down. They've got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. To throw, it's Byrne. He'll loft one deep down the left side. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
On fourth down, going to the air. Makes the grab, ready for the first down. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. Given the unrest surrounding this guy's future as the head coach, this would be a great way to get the season started.
Man, you want all the momentum you can get, and you want to quiet people down. You don't want it to get louder. The louder those murmurs talk about hot seat, and you have a tendency to lose your football team. It's a distraction. You have to talk about it all the time. So always nice, Palmer, to get off on the right foot.
You just got to be able to drown out the outside noise, right? Easier said than done. And with this win in week 1, they're going to silence the critics. But make no mistake, he's going to go into that locker room and say, everyone that's been talking trash about us all off season, they're going to love us now. Don't pay any attention to that. All that matters is what's in this locker room. They've got to take that attitude forward.
They'll run for it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
Yeah, and if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
They'll run it on first and goal. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. Looking to the end zone on third and goal. Touchdown, Cornhusker! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field, and this kind of win week 1 sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Well, they dial up on second and a long way to go. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on second down. Rolls it in. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. The Mustangs want to move quickly.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. And the Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw again. Picked off to stop the threat. Got room on the return.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Looking for space. It's Ballard. Turning it on.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Touch pass on the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
And this offense does it again on third down. They have been so elite on third down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at third and long. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Fires on the move. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
And this one is perfect. Now, there is a flag down on the play, but when you knock through a field goal from that distance and you're not going to get the first down, I think you just keep your points. The defense just gives back its mini victory of forcing the field goal try with the roughing the kicker penalty, and now they'll have to come up with a stop in the red zone. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And not enough movement up front. You got to be a little bit more physical with this offense, but now it's 4th and 1. Another opportunity. You go for it there, you pick up some yardage. Now you made it a little bit short. Now this offense has really got to get physical.